like, I'm all for equality, but like, I'm not gonna treat women any different than I treat men. I'm not gonna like expect less from a woman just because she's a woman. What's that shit? I've seen completely capable women. Like, I thought being a vegetarian was like serial killer shit when I was little. Like, I wouldn't even talk to people that were vegetarians when I was younger. Welcome back. I am Jaganov. If you follow me, you'll notice I haven't posted a video in about a week or so. I just took a quick break, kind of clear my head, figuring things out. If you're new to the channel, make sure you go down below and you subscribe and like the video. It helps with the algorithm. But today, we are going to be talking about the Milano 821, or the SOCIMI Type 821, as it's known in real life. If you want to skip, down below, there's chapters. You can skip ahead, find out what loadouts I use, watch some gameplay if you don't want to listen to it. In the meantime, I'm going to give you some history first about the gun and what it means to the game. Contrary to popular belief, the Milano 821 is not an Uzi. SOCIMI is an acronym that basically translates from Italian to mean the Industrial Construction Companies of Milan. The gun was developed in 1983 in Milan, Italy, hence the name Milano. It shoots a 9x19mm Parabellum, and it was made with a 32-round box-fed mag. It was based on the IMI Uzi, but the Uzi also would have been more anachronistic for this period because it did exist before 1983. Type 81 shoots about 550 rounds a minute, which is slightly slower than the Uzi was, and it shoots at 380 meters per second, and it has an effective range of about 150 meters. Which makes this gun far more controllable than the Uzi was. One of the main differences, other than the fire rate and the controllability between the SOCIMI 821 and the Uzi, is the fact that the SOCIMI has a side-mounted charging handle when the Uzi has one mounted up here. That was kind of the first giveaway for me to know it's not an Uzi, even though everyone likes to call it the Uzi. It's pretty much a direct copy, but this gun might actually be a little bit better than the Uzi was at the time. So unlike the Uzi, the SOCIMI 821 had a very simple side folding stock. Unlike the Uzi's telescopic collapsing stock, which was actually intended to be more durable and used as a blunt weapon in ultra close range combat, this was not made for that and could not withstand impact like that. With its slower rate of fire and its telescopic bolt, the 821 achieved dramatically enhanced recoil control and was much more versatile in being used at longer ranges and at one-handed combat with it. It's really unknown how many of these have been produced. They were a very common weapon used during the Lebanese Civil War, and they were acquired in small quantities and used by the Italian police task force NOC. SOCIMI was an active railway building firm in Italy since the early 1970s, up until 1983, when they partnered with Luigi Franchi to start making firearms for military contracts. SOCIMI went bankrupt in 1992 and stopped producing the weapon, but was inevitably assimilated by Franchi, who produced the Spaz 12 we talked about in a couple videos ago, who continued to manufacture the weapon as the LF 821, but did not find any success manufacturing the weapon and had no military contract. In the end, the nail was put in the coffin of this gun when Beretta Holdings acquired the rights to the gun and then chose to stop producing all military exclusive weapons and only make weapons that they had a civilian model for. So this gun was put in its grave at that time. There are still some just like floating around out there. You see a YouTube video or an Instagram video pop up with someone using one every now and then. There were probably a lot of them made at one point in time during the Lebanese Civil War but it's hard to say. And that's all I really got for the SOCIMI Type 821. It's a pretty interesting gun, even though it is a direct clone of the Uzi. It's pretty much a knockoff, but it may have been better. Didn't belong in this game, though. They should have used an earlier variant of the Uzi from IMI. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. Did you think this gun was an Uzi the whole time? Do you still call it the Uzi? Will you continue to call it the Uzi? Enjoy the gameplay. If you want to, down in the chapters on the bottom, you can skip to the end and check out what I decided is finally the best loadout for this gun. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Do it for yourself. All right, so for the first loadout for the Milano, I don't really know what I'm looking for, so I'm just going to start out with the Razor's Edge blueprint.
This isn't working.
Yeah, this is all wrong. Seemed like a reasonable idea until it wasn't. I'm just kidding. That's not the loadout we're going to start with. What we're going to start with is the SOCOM Eliminator, the reinforced heavy barrel, the 5 milliwatt laser, the field agent foregrip, and the 55 round mag. Now, we're not putting the airborne elastic wrap on this one because I don't really utilize drop shots that often, and I mostly hit fire with this gun. That may change in the next few games. Kind of get a feel for this gun, and then once we get our good loadout, I'll get some gameplay. I think this is pretty close to what I want. So right now, we are sitting on the Fast Point Reflex, the reinforced heavy barrel with a field agent foregrip, a 55 round mag, and the airborne elastic wrap, and this gun's feeling pretty good. Sky burials, yeah. They're in like they're on like an island that no one lives on, apparently. These probably in trouble. They know how to get down. external fertilization for invertebrates is like a fairly recent evolution. I think this one came pretty quick. I'm gonna go ahead and say we found the best loadout. Actually, the best two loadouts. There's a little bit of variation, which I'm gonna share with you. Okay, so this is the loadout that I prefer. I've run the agency suppressor. I've noticed that at least in face-offs, that muzzle flash concealment, that silencer part of it's really important, and the vertical recoil doesn't hurt. You do lose some damage range, but it's slightly noticeable, not too bad. For the barrel, we're running the task force barrel. The most important part of that, like I was running the reinforced heavy for a long time, but I think the task force barrel is just a better all-around one just because you do get that 5% extra damage. It really puts the nail in the coffin for that one. Field agent grip, man, just tack out that horizontal recoil control. You lose a little bit of shooting movement speed, but the gun's already really fast. So losing speed's not as big of a deal as you'd think. And same goes with this. Like, I know a lot of people probably won't want to use the fast mag just because you lose that ADS time. They'd want to run like the 55 round drum or the speed loader. I don't, or the 45 round drum. I don't know what you'd run. I played around with a few, but the Salvo 55 round fast mag, you make up for that ammo capacity almost in full that you lose with the task force barrel. Just use it. It will get you out of so many situations. And the airborne elastic wrap, which is we didn't have it on earlier. I don't know. I don't even remember what I ran, but it needs to be on there. That flinch resistance is going to be vital, and you're making up a lot of that ADS time that you lose if that is your thing. So you're still +5. You are losing speed for like sprint to fire time a little bit, but the gun's already fast. Now, there is a situational part of this loadout where you might want to dip the agency suppressor, maybe on a map where you're not so worried about being hidden, and run the Raider stock, or just stick with this loadout. It's up to you personally. They're both really good loadouts, but that Raider stock gives you that sprint to fire time for when you're really rushing hard and you're not too worried about being shy about your gunfire. And you also get the aim walking movement speed. Now, my biggest problem with this is the hip fire accuracy. I hip fire a lot. I tend to take hip fires a lot farther than I should. I mean, it's up to you, but it still has good, like, I think this gun may have the best hip fire accuracy base. I'm not sure. I haven't looked that far into the stats, but it sure seems like it. Used the Raider stock, traded out with the muzzle, and I mean, I would run one of those too, but I would also lose the stock and run this setup if you have to run an optic. You can run that what is it, the fast point reflex. I was running that for a while too, but I've decided I really like the iron sights on this gun, and the way I utilize the gun, I don't need it. This is my loadout. Give it a shot.
Damn.
Holy shit. Fucking calm down.